Monday started off heavy for the Ravens, and the news couldn't be worse. After the recent home losses, their spot in the AFC North standings has turned into a serious red alert. Every game now feels like a do-or-die situation for this season, and the upcoming matchups won't give them a moment to breathe. And it's not just their division standing that's worrying. The offense isn't firing like it should, the defense is giving up way too many big plays, and even Lamar Jackson seems far from his best. With a brutal schedule ahead, every mistake counts, and any slip-up could cost him dearly. If you want to understand what's really going on in the Ravens' actual chances of still making playoffs, stick around, because what's coming up is more tense than you might think. Just 2 weeks ago, things looked completely different. The Ravens were 6-5, leading the AFC North, and seemingly in control of their own destiny. It was that point in the season when everything seemed to click. Division in hand, schedule in their favor, the sense that a playoff spot was well within reach. The feeling was simple. This team was running its own show. Then came the harsh reality check. First, the home loss to the Bengals on Thanksgiving, a game that already sent warning signals. Right after, an even heavier blow against the Steelers in Week 14. 2 direct rivals, 2 division matchups, 2 straight losses. In just a few days, stability turned into total chaos. 6-5 became 6-7, and leading the division turned into playing catch-up. And it's not just cold math on the standings. The real weight is psychological. A misstep used to be just a misstep. Now, every error is a direct threat to the season's future. There's no more manageable game, no more margin for error. Every snap carries the pressure of knowing failure isn't an option. This sudden turn changes everything in the locker room. Confidence disappears, pressure intensifies, and every decision feels heavier. And when that happens, the question starts creeping in the locker room, in the media, in everyone's head. Is it still possible to save the season, or has the end already started to unfold? Even after everything, the numbers haven't killed the Ravens yet. ESPN Analytics still gives the team a 31% chance of making the playoffs. On paper, that means the door is still slightly open, that a path still exists. But when you look at what's happening on the field, that percentage starts to feel more like a cold number than real hope. ESPN reporter Jamison Hensley put it bluntly when breaking down the team situation. To him, the season basically feels over after back-to-back home losses to the Bengals and Steelers. It's not just about losing. It's about how the team has been losing, repeating mistakes, letting games slip away, and showing little reaction when the pressure rises. He points to 2 major reasons why the end-of-season feeling is so strong. First, Lamar Jackson's inconsistency in the passing game. He hasn't been able to maintain any rhythm. Second, a defense that keeps giving up too many big passing plays, a pattern that's repeated week after week, and has sabotaged any chance of controlling games. So today, there's a huge gap between what the numbers say and what your eyes see. The stats are still alive, but the performance suffocates any optimism. And when both the offense and defense fail at the same time, the question becomes unavoidable. How much of this problem lies directly with the team's biggest name? Against the Steelers, Lamar Jackson did put up 2 touchdowns, but the numbers tell a much more concerning story. He completed just 54.3% of his passes for 219 yards, marking the 5th straight game below 60% completion. When that becomes routine, it stops being a small detail and turns into a structural problem for the offense. A quarterback can have a bad game. That happens in the NFL. But when the decline becomes a streak, it affects the whole team. Drives stall, possessions shorten, and the defense spends more time on the field. The entire machine loses its rhythm, right when the pressure is at its peak. The situation also shows Jackson isn't 100% physically. He's still competing, still trying to make plays, but he's not moving with the same ease, explosiveness, or confidence he's shown before. In the NFL, even the smallest limitation becomes a massive issue at this level. And when the quarterback can't command respect through the air, opposing offenses adjust immediately. They close gaps, load the box, and force rush decisions and mistakes. From there, the offense loses its identity, which piles more pressure on a defense that's already struggling.
All right, we're already past the halfway point of this video, But before we continue, I noticed you haven't left a like yet. It's really important because it helps YouTube keep showing you my content so I can keep bringing you the best news about the Baltimore Ravens. So go ahead and hit that like button. It's free and it really helps. Thanks. Now let's get back to it.
Beyond the offensive struggles, the Ravens' defense has become one of the biggest warning signs this season. The team keeps giving up too many big passing plays, and it's happening in nearly every game. Whenever it looks like they're taking control, a coverage mistake pops up, and the opponent suddenly gains huge chunks of yardage without response. Against the Steelers, this trend was even more obvious. The defense managed some key stops at times, but in the critical moments, they allowed long gains again. One misstep or poor read in the secondary was enough to swing momentum and put Baltimore in an immediate hole. The most controversial moment came at the end, when Isaiah likely caught a 13-yard touchdown pass, which would have put the Ravens ahead 28-27 with under 3 minutes remaining. The play was overturned. Frustration erupted across the stadium and team, but that single play doesn't sum up all the issues the team has faced. The reality is that defensive errors are piling up alongside an inconsistent offense. When both sides of the ball fail, even a small detail carries huge weight. And with the brutal slate of games still ahead, each mistake will carry even bigger consequences, making the path to the playoffs narrower and narrower. What's coming up for the Ravens isn't just tough, it's brutal. They still face the Bengals, Patriots, Packers, and Steelers, including 2 division rivals who already beat Baltimore and 2 conference leaders. There's no easy game, no rest week, no margin for error. Every matchup will test their endurance and execution to the max. Winning in the NFL is hard in any scenario, but winning nearly all of these games requires something the team hasn't shown yet this season: complete dominance, consistency, and ice-cold composure in crucial moments. Flashy plays alone won't cut it. They need a total transformation in both offense and defense to even have a shot. The text makes it clear that no one in Baltimore is ready to officially bury the 2025 season. There's still talk of fighting back, of hope until the final second. But those words only matter if they come with real changes on the field, tactical adjustments, and near-perfect execution on every snap. If the offense and defense don't change dramatically and immediately, the reality is tough to swallow. Lamar Jackson and company could end up watching the playoffs from home. After what's happened in the past few weeks, that possibility is no longer distant. It's a looming shadow pushing the team to act fast. After everything we've seen, the Ravens situation is far from comfortable. Back-to-back home losses, inconsistent offense, and a defense giving up big plays show the team needs a total turnaround just to keep dreaming about the playoffs. Every game from here on is a must-win, and the margin for error is almost gone. Lamar Jackson and the squad will need to find their rhythm and play with absolute consistency if they want to keep hope alive. The schedule is relentless, the rivals are strong, and any slip-up could seal the season's fate. It's now or never. So, what do you think? Do the Ravens still have a chance to turn this around and fight for a playoff spot? Or is this season already slipping away? Drop your thoughts, because the story isn't over yet, but the clock is definitely ticking.
And if you, just like me, are passionate about the world of football and want to learn more about the Ravens' legacy, don't leave this video without sharing it with that friend who is also a Baltimore Ravens fan and will love this content. See those video suggestions on your screen? The first one was handpicked just for you, and the other is a recommendation from YouTube itself.